Rory McIlroy, come on. How good was that display? How good was that display? That shot on 15 literally was giving me goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie, I was holding back the tears watching it last night, especially when I made that bogey on 18 to then go into the playoff, and then that mental resilience, right? But the one thing I want to bring up here is, obviously, his iron shots all week were impeccable, and I had my dad texting me last night going, son, right, how am I going to hit high towering iron shots that travel at least a club further? I was like, Dad, I've got my work cut out. But if there was one way in which we could learn anything from Rory McIlroy, and I said, like, because I've said this before, my dad doesn't like to do a lot of practice, so like 10, 20 ball routines are perfect for him. And I said to him, right, if you get this right, it's going to save you hundreds of hours of practice. I also thought, like my dad, I bet there's loads of you that want to hit high towering iron shots just like my dad and like Rory. So essentially, at impact, we've got to transform where you're at. Now, caveat to this, I don't think you're going to hit it like Rory McIlroy, but you're going to hit it a damn sight better than what you are right now. So we're going to go with this 10 ball routine from here at impact, where if you sort of look at this now and you go, okay, even though I look like I'm adding loft, that's going to give me high iron shots, but really they're going to be high and weak, okay? We're going to go from there to something like this. Now, please just come close here, because you'll have seen this in the thumbnail. This position right here is probably going to feel something like this to you, where the club is so closed. But interestingly, look what I'm doing with my wrist. How we bring these from the start of the downswing into impact, we need to do it in the best way to give us the biggest bang for our buck. So let me talk you through exactly what I sent to my dad. This is just a better version that I'm doing for you right now. So my dad has one of these, and I said, we've got to do the motorcycle drill. Now, before I talk about the 10 ball routine in which I sent to him, what are we trying to do, right? What is the motion we're trying to do more with this left wrist? So your left wrist for a right-hander, this will be your right wrist if you are a left-handed golfer. Now, just simply first, grab your golf club like this. So it's parallel to the ground and your arms in front of you. Now you're probably wondering what this is. It's my hack motion device. I've said this before, my favorite training aid that I use. Now, essentially, on the way down, I want you to think about this. It happens if we section the downswing off into the first half on the way down to hip height and the second half into impact, we're feeling as though we're starting a motorcycle. Look at that. So I'm sort of, look at that move there. Now, this is a lot more than I'd ever need, but I'm twisting my wrist away from me. I'm twisting it like this. Now, the key word in which you're going to see here is that's flexion. That's flexion. But imagine you're starting a motorcycle, right? That is all I'm looking at in that first half of the downswing. So the motorcycle drill, really easy. We're going to start the drill. I'm right-handed, so pop it on there. Let's calibrate this. There we go. Raise up. Flexion, extension. Perfect. We are all good. So we got it. Right. So this is really good. Now you can hit shots with this, but my dad, sometimes, like I say, I keep going back to this, he doesn't like to hit many shots, doesn't like to practice all the time. So actually, just doing this from home just has as big a bang for your buck than going and hitting some shots. So if you're not hitting shots, this is why I really like this. I start at my address position, I let it lock in, I move to the top, and my goal now is I've got to just look at the screen and keep my wrist in the green all the way to impact. So you can see there, I was sort of green, amber, green. So there I did a pretty good job. But what I like about that is I'm hitting shots there in my mind without consequence. I'm really grooving in the right muscle memory. And for my dad, who spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of practice, he's impatient. He wants results right away. But I said, Dad, right, you're not going to get results right away. do some reps without hitting balls, without consequence. But the best thing is then you can go into hitting balls. So the first rep you do no shot. The second rep, we're then going to hit a shot away. So here we go. Now I'm going to hit a shot. So I've done my first rep, really feeling the motion I'm trying to get. The second rep, I'm just going to hit. How did we do? Oh, green, then amber. So I needed more this on the way down. And that's the beauty of this app, right? I'm measuring my practice so I know what I've done wrong and what I've done right. This on the side of the screen is how I would suggest you start a practice session of 1 rep no shot, 1 rep with shot, 1 rep no shot, 1 rep with shot for 10 balls. So really you're getting 20 really good swings where you're really thinking about it, and you make sure at least 10 of them with no ball is absolutely perfect. So things to look out for. I'm going to show you now, if you do this wrong, what you will see. So let's stand here at address this ball. Move into the backswing. You can hear right now I'm right. But as soon as I add too much of this, face open, how wrong I was. So straight away, I know, okay, I'm too extended. To fix that, do a rep, keeping it more flexed. Look at it. Look at the difference where I am. Into the ball, boom. Look at the difference. That's what I showed you would get at the end. I come back to this. I know if I've done it right, I know if I've done it wrong. So that's why it is called the motorcycle drill. You're feeling that. That's really exaggerated, that's far too much, but you're feeling that to start that first half of your downswing. When you get to hip height, I would really just limit how much you do that, but it's that start of the downswing to hip height. I'm really feeling that. Boom. Look at me. It's going to feel like that, but look where I am. So straight away, I know exactly if I'm doing it right and if I'm doing it wrong. And your ball flight, you're going to go from, look at this, right? You're going to go from this, catching it around this bottom groove, maybe this groove if you're lucky, to go into groove 3, 4, 5, around here. That's the meat. That's longer shots, that's higher shots, that's more spin, more control, just like Rory McIlroy. And in fact, I love this drill that much, I am going to hit another one because I am excited for you to start using this routine like my dad, because I get actual real facts to if I got it right and if I got it wrong. Let's have a look, here we go. Look at that flight! Middle of the green, please. See how high that was? Let's have a look how good we did on that last one. All right, so look at the last shot that I just hit. Boom, all in the green. At the top, P6, that last position there. And best thing about it, when you get numbers like this, you are in this position at impact. Just like I showed you at the start. I can do reps here without consequence, but they mean something. I then can hit shots and see if I did it right and if I did it wrong. Thanks so much for watching.